Many white atheists often scratch their heads in confusion about how African Americans, who were enslaved by white people, using the authority of the Bible, can cling so strongly to it today. It is the religion of their chains and their suffering and bondage, so why do they still cling to it so? Cult of Dusty even made a video calling them Uncle Toms for still being religious. An Uncle Tom is someone who sold out their fellow Africans to get in the good graces of their white masters. To a formerly Christian white person with no concept of black history, the idea is foreign. But to the African American, the church holds added layers of complexity and emotional ties. To the average white person, the church is a place where you went to get preached at, do some singing, and some socializing. For many it was pleasant, for some boring, and to others torture. Losing church when dumping religion ranges between loss of a social group to elation and freedom in white people. Losing church for blacks, especially in a very tight-knit community, is either impossible or devastating. To the African American community, the church has a very old place in society, even beyond the religion. In slavery days, the church was a place of refuge, one of the few places they could be alone among their fellow slaves. One of the few places they could actually feel human. Post-Civil War, the church acted as an intermediary between the black community and the incredibly racist Jim Crow laws and lynchings. When a black man was accused of getting uppity and needed a beating or a hanging to keep them in their place, the church could sometimes step in and appeal to the whites' religious sensibilities. In the 1900s, the church became a center for social and political change. The church was used for education, networking, organizing, fundraising, and volunteering. It was also the center of charity and giving, all the things essential for political change to occur, and without the church, most of the social changes in the 1900s may never have happened. This new century, the church is being replaced by social media, meetups, and other forms of microactivism like social media, as the marriage equality issue shows. When enough people are doing microactivism mixed with other forms of activism, it will have an emergent effect and change can occur. At least 1/3 of the nation cannot afford internet, especially if they're in poverty, and TV and church are the main forms of community and information. The poorer the area, the more churches you will find, along with strip clubs and liquor stores. The same reason rural communities are so religious: isolation and poverty. This new generation of black kids are embracing tech when they can afford it, and like many millennials are also rejecting religion. However, the older generation is still clinging to religion for all the reasons I mentioned. And while the religion enslaved them and they have suffered from the institutionalized racism it caused for generations, the church itself also brought about change, safety, rights, and dignity over many years. As John Stewart says, religion brings comfort in a world torn apart by religion. Religion for blacks is a catch-22, and complicated, and like beer is the cause of and solution to most of their problems. Why some people still desire the church-like settings with atheist Sunday assembly. They like church, just not the beliefs, and many have no other charity communities around them. And while there are many secular charities, and non-believing women are now the biggest charity givers in the U.S., until the poor see non-believers personally as the face of charity and giving, they will still associate church with positivity. President Obama summed up what the church means to many African Americans in his Charleston shooting eulogy, and I suggest you watch it. Until we improve poverty and civil rights, religion will continue to have a tight grip on their community, even though it was what caused their situation in the first place. Hey there, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked what you saw from my channel, please subscribe and donate to my Patreon. If you have evidence to counter what I say, please provide it. If you would like to see what I was doing with this channel 6 years ago, please click the links on the screen. Thank you so much.